Okay. Seems like we may be alive right now, but again, as always, it's not exactly clear. Yeah, but it's there. Yeah, we are live right now. Hello everyone, and let's start. Okay, so let's speak about what we are doing here right now and where we are. So we are working on an AI translation tool which will use back translation by default to improve precision. So we want it to be really precise, to create really good translations for translations including large documents, and so we do it in a way so that we call the AI to translate it, then call another AI to translate it back, and then with the third call to an AI, we check if it's the same. And that's what we have right now. So it's where we are. We have this system of translating back and forth, or forth and back translation, and it works on my computer right now. And the goal for today is to create some kind of a web service from it, so a website where one can enter the text and it will get translated, and then it will get translated back, and then the user can decide if the back translation is the same. So even if you don't know the other language, you can be sure that the translation is correct. That's really important, I think, for you as a user, to be sure that what got translated there is really the same. Because when the back translation, which is again in English, if you speak English, so let's say we are translating from English to Afrikaans, then and I don't speak Afrikaans, but I want to create a large, shield on my house, saying that in Afrikaans that everyone is welcome or something like that. It's better not to write out server error or something like that. Which happened there.
Yes.
Do you know that image, that old image of?
No, I don't.
Where I'm not sure if it was fake, but it was in a Chinese, restaurant or something like that in China, an English label saying server error. That happens.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, with this translation and back translation, okay, to translate any language into another language, no matter how basic the words might be or the explanation might be, sometimes things are more funny in the original language, because in the context of people in Hungary, for example, they would make reference to a certain thing that's maybe funny for Hungarians. But another guy from Greek, as an example, might read the same text and think, okay, yeah, it's information, but there's nothing funny about the story. So I don't think there'll ever be a perfect way of trying to say what you mean. Yeah, I just wanted the listeners to know that you're never going to get a carbon copy of one language into the other. There's always going to be some differences in things. Yeah, cool. Can you introduce your friend to us so we can see who she is? Hello, Veda.
Sorry, let's continue. And okay, so the UI needs an input for, call it a text area for input, a button to start the process, and the translated, the back translated, and the review should. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so the back, all the things that we create go down.
Oh, sorry. Okay, it starts to. Yeah, sorry. It starts to become a bit chaotic. Yeah. Okay, so all the data should be shown. I'm not sure if that's the correct to the user. Let's try that. And while the AI is working, so it will create some plan. Yeah, there are quite a few questions how to do it correctly, because so what we don't really know is how the user will interact with this system when you push the button. So it's easy at the beginning. You enter some text, push the button. Let's say, what is it? So it wants to create an API server, a front end. Let's say build, but this time I switch to a more better model like Sonnet, because it's quite a big change and I don't want the AI. So the auto model selection may select a model that is not so capable. So I selected a more capable model, which is of course it costs more too, but this is a huge change. It will generate quite a lot of code, I think. So it's better to do it in that way, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it works. It creates a lot of things, and we will see what happens. But the question is, so when you first enter the data, the text to translate and push the button and you get all the things back, the question is what happens after that. So I think you will want to continue. You will want to continue and maybe refine the translation based on what you see. So you check if the back translation is the same, and if it's okay, then you are fine. You just like it, and you copy out from the translated thing and go away, and you are happy. But what happens if the back translation is not the same? Then you want to continue working together, and you want to continue working with the thing. And also the question is, maybe you want to see the translated output right now, right after. So when it's ready, you want to see it. You don't want to wait for the back translation and the AI review. You want to see everything. You know, the like a streaming thing. You want to see it. What is ready? You want to see it immediately. And so let's stop it because yeah. So let's just see what happens. How I can start it. There is simply Python API const ping. Let's say yes, we need to install the requirements first. So it uses some library. It's called requirements. Let's see what library it's selected. It uses called Flask. Okay, and let's go back, and still the layout needs to be okay. So what is needed we need to install the requirements. And after we install the requirements, we can start the API and we will see. So now it downloads the codes that needed for this, because it's a web server. It's quite a complicated stack of software. I think it's okay. So let's try to start it.
A person who wants to create a project similar to this, from what age do you think someone can learn to do this? Do you think it depends really on how much of effort the person puts in?
And it depends on, yes. So my way of doing is maybe not the simplest possible way. So maybe for a child at the age of 10, I think it's absolutely possible to do something like this, but maybe the tool selection should be different. Yeah. So, but later we can check. Oh, so here we are. It looks better than I thought. Let's see. So back translation tool with automatic back translation and quality review. So let's choose our input text. Let's say this is we can use anything, but now we have something. Source language, that is N. Target language, model. Let's use a simple, okay. And then say translate. And you see that there is a place here for the translated text, there is a place for the back translated and for the quality review, and I believe that all of them will be filled at once when everything is ready. But it would be of course better to see the translated text when it's ready then, but that's maybe the next step. Okay, so here we are. But the translated, I'm not sure. Oh, I copied, okay, well, I made a mistake. I copied the English version, translate, it's okay, the source is English, translated to Hungarian, yeah, that's great. But let's translate it to Afrikaans, so you can check it. Afrikaans, I think I can do it that way.
So I must tell you, my Afrikaans is at B1, B2 level, so I'm not the perfect candidate, but I can try.
At least you can say that it's really Afrikaans. Maybe we can go to Google Translate and check what it says for a back
I'm going to
translation.
move. No problem. I'm going to move this onto my other screen because it's a little bit small on the one here. So if you see a side view of me looking, it's not. It's because of.
Wow,
so I can,
there is a difference here. Say, so in the quality review we say so. Yeah, so the original is here. I have hard time moving our faces so that it doesn't distort something. But the original text is that, and the back translated has fishing gear inside. Since homemade and purchased games and fishing gear, the quality review says that different. The back translated text incorrectly replaces props with fishing gear, which significantly alters the meaning. Props refers to theatrical educational equipment, while fishing gear refers to equipment used in fishing and other related contexts. This is great. We just found an issue. I think that maybe Afrikaans is a hard language, or I don't know, because it worked with Hungarian and not with Afrikaans. It's interesting. Of course, it's statistical. So when you translate again, it may result in a better. Let's just try it again and see what happens. And of course, it also can be that, but the translated text is correct, but the issue arrives during back translation. Nigel says that it's great. Oh, that's already a tool that you can use, I think. What do you think?
I can't see the writing too clearly. My screen is a bit small here.
No, it's.
And when I put it on the other screen, it's not clear at all.
We have an issue with the. It's maybe that's a still unresolved issue that the text is not really visible. But I try to zoom in, and that must help. Sorry, I forgot it. But let's see.
No problem.
So the input text was this. Maybe we should find another one which is more interesting. But this is from real life. So the whole project started with me wanted to translate this text from Hungarian to English, and be sure that my teachers understand it the same way I understand it. Okay, so we translated it from English to Afrikaans with this model. This is a really good model. And this is the translated text. It's Afrikaans looks really like Holland. What is the name in English? That's language. What speak in the Netherlands?
Dutch.
Dutch, yeah, thanks. Dutch. It's really similar
So,
to Dutch.
Yeah, it is similar because 70. I think 40, maybe 50% of Afrikaans is the original language was Dutch, because there were Dutch, French, German, and Italian. I think folk who came to South Africa, and they needed a common language so that they all could speak. And this is how Afrikaans developed. But Dutch was the founding language. So you are correct, yeah.
Yeah, great. And now, so this is the back translated, and the quality review says that's the same. Oh, to be honest, I think that's already something that is usable. It will not work for big text or very long text, I think. Yeah. But maybe we could start working on moving it in the direction of, so we are able to deploy it. Like, there are quite a few issues. The main issue is that we have to pay for those API calls, so those calls sent to the AI. But other than that, yeah, so there are quite a few solutions for that. One is to, I have quite an idea, an interesting idea, which is not used in real life, or I never seen it, but there is this way of doing it called bring your own key, because we are using a service called Open Router, and the Open Router provides AI for us. We can call their API and send a prompt and get back the answer. And there are several models there. It's just a router. It routes to different AI providers, but we have to pay for it. So, for example, we can see our activity here, and here we are in November 11th. So today our cost, yeah, the cost is not horrible, but more than nothing. So all of the costs, where are the costs? This is the, oh, sorry, that's I need to, yeah, spend. So we spent today, yeah, it's not much. So maybe we can just say that people can use this system for free, and with some limits, you know. So from so a single person can translate 100 text per day or something like that, and it will cost us more or less nothing. So not much, at least. Of course, translating large documents will cost more. But this thing is designed not to be very. So the prompts are small, and that will result in low cost. But of course, if we just put it out, then maybe, so yeah, we can try that, because it's a pre-filled thing. So maybe I can pre-fill it with 10 euros or something like that. And if people start using it, then yeah, we will see that the 10 euros is over and the system stops. So that's the worst case scenario, and then we need to try again in a better way. But that's for next week, maybe. Yeah. So I think that next time, which will be on Thursday, we could deploy it. We need to find a way to deploy it. But for today, let's test it maybe a bit further, and let's talk about how it works. And I would be also happy to do a small refactoring. Refactoring is when you change the code so that it looks better, it's easier to read, and so on. Of course, we haven't read the code, and that's kind. But AI needs to read it. So I think that a refactoring helps even if you don't want to read the code, because maintaining small files, now everything, or more or less everything, is in the same. There is this API .py, so this is the main. I close everything, and let's check. So we have this API. This file was created today, and that's not so huge, which is great. When the system starts, then it just checks if it has this API key for the operator, so we can call the AI, and then it prints some logs. We can check it here, I think. Yeah, this is a development. It prints some warning and prints out how to access the endpoint. And then it just starts the application, and the application itself there is two steps in it. One is when we just call it, then it will return this HTML file which contains the user interface. So this HTML is, you know, the language where you can write web page. So this describes how this looks. And the another route it generated is this translate. It will be called when I click this translate button. Then another request will be sent back to the server. So this API.py, and it will handle it. And it expects some input like this, where is the text, the source, the target language is set up, and returns the JSON. Now, yeah, it has this issue that it does everything at once. So maybe we have time to generate, and it's not a huge one. So, but again, maybe we need to plan first, and I want to when the translation, so I say that when the translation is available, it should be shown. This is how I say it should be shown. It should be displayed. Yeah, it should be displayed
Yes.
to the user immediately. Immediately when the translation, yeah, the back translation and the review is available, it should be displayed to the user immediately. Yeah. Now let's try the auto model. It's not. Yeah, so it needs to, the whole thing needs to be redesigned how the API works, because now so previously we had a single call asking to do everything, and it did everything, and the result was sent back in a, so it's a single back and forth action between the HTML and the server. And now we need to several steps, but how you create those steps, how do you organize the whole thing? It's interesting. It says that server side, server sent events. Yeah, so it selected there are several ways to do that, and now the AI selected on selected some technology that for using. I'm not sure that this is the one I would select, but if it selected that one, then let's just do that. And this time I try to build it using the auto model, let's say. So let's say that it has built it. So the difference will be only that everything will be shown immediately. So in 3 different steps we will see the result, because the most important thing is the translation itself, of course. So if I don't want to be really sure, then I just can copy it out when it's ready without waiting for the rest. That's the thinking here. Yeah, and let's during the meantime, let's say if what I don't know if the API needs the other thing. So the API calls, so it calls the translate function, which is in our other file. So the translate file, and it already has 3 different steps, so the current change is not so bad, I think. Not a huge change, but let's say what it does. So here we can read everything that happens. So the streaming endpoint, then updating the front end. Yeah, so in the API it added some the translate /stream endpoint, and that's different endpoint. Those the same, but in a streaming fashion. This is how we call it. Yeah, and it's happy with the results. So it updated the HTML file so that it handles those streaming. So now 3 different events will come, and we need to change it a bit. There was some error, but it said it works now. So let's restart and reload this page. Yeah, it forgot the input, but let's see. So this is the text to translate, and it's in English. Yeah, we will make it automatic. This language detection, I think. But let's do it and see. Oh, it looks great. It says processing, waiting for translation. Is it working? Oh, there is some error here. Yeah, that's why I okay, so we got some error here. Okay, usually the way to resolve is to just copy it back to the AI. Streaming translation are working outside of request context, and it seems like yeah, sometimes the change is too big for this model, and that's why it happens. So maybe it's a good idea to switch to a more capable model again. I just copied back the error. Mindjárt pillanat. Ó, bazd meg. Yeah, so it says that it always says that, oh, I see the issue, you know, and then it changes something, and sometimes it's really the resolution of the issue, but of course not always. But let's see.
If you were to create this without any tools, how long will a project like this take you to put together?
What do you mean by any tools? By any AI?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not. So if I using the language, I'm not really good in Python. But if I using JavaScript, which I'm better in, then I think half a day or something like that would be enough. But this HTML file, yeah, that you know, it has some design and everything. So to put everything together, that can take some time. Yeah, I see that it restarted. Let's see. So maybe we just need to. Send it again. So it says processing and waiting for translation. Ah, no, it really worked, but I don't see the results, so that's not really working fully. I reload the page too, and let's try it again. Our faces are so annoying. Yeah,
Can you maybe hide the faces? It's fine.
but I think it's yeah, but yeah, I don't really want it. Yeah, I can hide, of course, but I just think that I'm not sure that it's a good idea, because when I'm not sure, maybe we should. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Hi, Nigel. Oh, hey, where are you? So the log says that translating from N, it says that it's okay. So now we should say it in the, but it's not here. So that's not working. Why not working? Okay, that's the point in time when we need to understand what's happening, unfortunately. Let's check again. Yeah, so it was the streaming endpoint. And what's in the response? Ah, so it's, yeah, the translated is here, but it's just not shown. Okay, so now I describe, okay, the events are sent back, I am saying, so the translated event was sent back, but the page is not updated. Hopefully we can fix it. So yeah, now you can see that the data is coming in, so the page could be updated.